today is titled Words to Empower. Words to Empower. Marvin Wiley.
I can't do it. It'll never happen. I can't speak. The words that we say to ourselves on a daily basis holds tremendous power. If the wrong words are spoken, it can damage your beliefs. It can damage your courage. It can damage your vision. What words do you say to yourself? The year was 1999. I was in the 5th grade. I had an idea. I wanted to run for the class president. I wanted to do something significant. But there was a problem. I didn't believe that I could speak. I knew that if I walked up to somebody one-on-one, or within a group, or talking to someone on the phone, or ordering my food at a restaurant, I would more likely stutter. Often, I would stutter a lot. Little did I know that to run for the class president, you can't just type up a little message, have it put in a pamphlet, distributed throughout the entire school. No, you had to deliver a speech into the entire school through the intercom system. Instantly, I knew I was destined to lose. All the other candidates were much more eloquent than I was. Regardless of my doubts, something within me decided to do it anyway. I wrote up my message, tried to convince my audience why they should vote for me for the class president. And the day came for me to deliver my speech. And I fell on my face. Afterwards, some people asked me, "Marvin, were you okay? It sounded like you were crying. What was the matter?" It's like, yeah, I was just having a challenging time. My why became, if I can't speak, then why try? Why is like the window holding yearning, arriving at the point to where you're no longer content with the status quo and you yearn for more, to not see yourself as you are, but as the person you aspire to become. Over a decade and a half had passed, and I developed a concrete habit of speaking avoidance until I went back to college in 2012 and decided to major in business administration. One thing I didn't do at the time was take a look at the curriculum and find out what's included within that degree. Upon speaking with my advisor, I looked at the classes I would need to take. A public speaking class? There's no way in the world I could take a public speaking class. I won't be able to sit in the back of the classroom, blend in, and say nothing. I would have to speak. But something within me led me to do it anyways. I watched my other classmates get up there and eloquently deliver their message. It looked so simple. I thought, I think I can do it, but I'm not really sure. Perhaps I should talk about something I know a lot about, which is golf. I'll explain why there are 13 clubs in the golf bag. I wrote up my outline explaining why there are 13 clubs in the golf bag, and the day came for me to deliver my speech. And I fell on my face again. I sat down feeling defeated. No way they could possibly know why there are 13 clubs in the golf bag, unless they already knew about golf. I only got out 1/4 of my 4-minute speech. Nothing positive could ever be spoken about what they just witnessed. But I was wrong. When I sat down, my classmates, my professor, they didn't laugh at me due to my stutter. They said they admired my courage to get up there knowing I stuttered and did my very best. My classmates said they felt inspired to give their own speech after hearing mine. My perspective began to shift. I started using more empowering words that would lead me out of the habit of speaking avoidance. Instead of saying, I can't do it, I would say, I can. Instead of saying, it'll never happen, I would ask, how can I make it happen? Instead of saying, I can't speak, I would say, I can speak. I began to record myself and trying to get an idea of my speaking patterns. Years later, I kind of wish I didn't do that. I ended up counting about 90 ums and ahs in my 5-minute speech. But at the time, it didn't really matter because there was no ah counter grammarian. I went from, and then after leaving the public speaking class, I joined Toastmasters, and I found another encouraging environment. And I also learned all about the ah counter and grammarian. So now I never ever want to hear another and ah ever again at that point. My speaking avoidance was replaced with a new version of myself. What words do you say to yourself? When you peer through your window, holding your yearning desires, what do you see? And remember, it's amazing what you can achieve on the other side of your fears. Mr. Toastmaster.